A History of Kennedy Weddings. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and like this video, and check out our weekly newsletter and Patreon. The Kennedy family is one of the most beloved and influential political dynasties in American history. Descended from Irish immigrants, the family rose to prominence in the 20th century and played a significant role in shaping American politics and society. Today, we'll be taking a look at more than a century's worth of Kennedy weddings. On October 7, 1914, amidst the vibrant streets of Boston, the wedding bells tolled for Rose Fitzgerald, 24, and Joseph P. Kennedy, 25, heralding the dawn of the Kennedy dynasty. The historic ceremony indeed unfolded in Boston, a fitting locale for Rose, whose familial ties ran deep in the city's fabric. Boston was not only her hometown, but also where her father, John Francis Fitzgerald, affectionately known as Honey Fitz, held the esteemed position of mayor. Against this backdrop of familial legacy and civic pride, Rose and Joseph exchanged their vows, marking the beginning of a partnership that would shape American history. The union not only represented the merging of two influential families, but also laid the groundwork for future political ascendancy and societal impact, synonymous with the Kennedy name. Quickly in their marriage, they had many children, one of which married on May 6, 1944. Amidst the tumult of World War II, Kathleen "Kick" Kennedy, aged 24, the vivacious fourth child of Rose and Joseph, exchanged vows with William Cavendish, Marquess of Hartington, aged 26. In a poignant ceremony held in London, their union bore the hallmarks of a transatlantic romance, as Kick had met her dashing suitor during her father's ambassadorship in London. Their love story blossomed amidst the backdrop of a war-torn Europe. However, tragedy struck only a few short months after their wedding, as Cavendish tragically fell in combat, leaving Kick widowed at a tender age. Despite the brevity of their union, the memory of their love endured as a testament to the resilience and sacrifice of a generation marked by conflict and upheaval. On June 17, 1950, amidst the beauty of Greenwich, Connecticut, Robert F. Kennedy and Ethel Skakel, ages 24 and 26, embarked upon their journey of matrimony. Their love story commenced in 1945 during an encounter on a ski trip at a resort in Quebec, Canada, where their shared passion for adventure kindled a romance that would endure the test of time. After announcing their engagement in February 1950, the couple married in a solemn ceremony at St. Mary's Catholic Church, their faces radiant with joy as they descended the steps as husband and wife. The celebration continued with a lavish reception held at the Skakels' estate, where family and friends gathered to toast the newlyweds amidst the lush surroundings of the Connecticut countryside. This union not only united two souls in love, but also marked the beginning of a partnership destined to leave a mark on the fabric of American history.
What do you attribute your success to?
I think just the effort that we made in the campaign. And Ethel.
Later, on May 23, 1953, in New York City, Eunice Mary Kennedy, age 31, the third daughter of Joseph and Rose Kennedy, decided to marry businessman Robert Sargent Shriver, Jr., who was 38. Their union was solemnized by Cardinal Spellman in a grand ceremony held at the majestic St. Patrick's Cathedral, a symbol of reverence and tradition. Following their nuptials, the newlyweds and their esteemed guests convened to the illustrious Waldorf Astoria Hotel for a lavish reception befitting their distinguished status. A spectacle awaited them as they beheld the towering wedding cake, standing proudly with its 6 tiers, so grand in stature that a step stool was required to reach the pinnacle for the ceremonial cutting. Eunice radiated elegance in her exquisite tulle and lace Dior wedding gown, adorned with a Juliet cap veil and pearls, epitomizing timeless sophistication on this auspicious occasion. On September 12, 1953, in the picturesque setting of Newport, Rhode Island, future President John F. Kennedy and Jacqueline Bouvier, ages 36 and 24, exchanged vows in a ceremony that would become forever etched in American history. The iconic couple was married at the revered St. Mary's Roman Catholic Church, their union a symbol of hope and promise for a nation captivated by their charisma and grace. Following the solemn ceremony, the celebration unfolded at the illustrious Bouvier estate of Hammersmith Farm, where the guests reveled in the joyous occasion amidst the sprawling grounds and breathtaking vistas. The newlyweds took center stage at a regal King Arthur-style table, adorned with their towering wedding cake, surrounded by JFK's numerous siblings, a testament to the enduring bonds of family and kinship. John and Jacqueline set forth on a journey that would forever shape the course of American politics and culture, their union emblematic of an era marked by optimism and possibility. On April 23, 1954, in New York City, a grand celebration unfolded as Patricia Kennedy, at age 30, the fourth daughter of Joseph and Rose Kennedy, married the renowned actor Peter Lawford, who was 31. The nuptial rites took place at the elegant church of St. Thomas More, a sanctuary befitting the splendor of their union, while nearby the Plaza Hotel played host to their opulent reception. Patricia exuded timeless elegance as she walked down the aisle, adorned in a quarter-sleeve silk wedding gown that accentuated her radiant beauty, complemented by the shimmering glow of pearl jewelry. At their reception, the newlyweds embraced the beginning of their journey together, a union that merged Hollywood glamour and political prestige. On May 19, 1956, in New York City, Jean Ann Kennedy, at the age of 29, followed in the footsteps of her older sister, Patricia, and donned the same exquisite wedding dress to marry Stephen Smith. The iconic dress, imbued with familial history and tradition, served as a poignant symbol of continuity and union within the Kennedy clan. Outside the hallowed halls of St. Patrick's Cathedral, Jean Ann radiated with joy as she posed alongside her proud parents, Joseph and Rose, their smiles reflecting the profound love and support that surrounded the couple on their special day. And following the sacred rites, Jean Ann and Joseph then journeyed to the Plaza Hotel, where friends and family awaited to celebrate their union amidst the opulent surroundings of one of New York's most prestigious venues. One of my top favorite picks for board games is Castles of Burgundy. This captivating game transports players to the picturesque Burgundy region of high medieval France, where they assume the roles of aristocrats overseeing their own princedoms. As you immerse yourself in the gameplay, you'll strategically construct settlements and formidable castles, engage in lucrative trade routes along the river, exploit valuable silver mines, and harness the wisdom of travelers. It is no wonder it holds a ranking in the top 20 of all board games worldwide. Plus, for limited time only, you can experience the special edition of Castles of Burgundy by clicking on the link in the description. On November 29, 1958, amidst the autumnal hues of Bronxville, New York, Edward, or Ted Kennedy, at the age of 26, the youngest son of Joseph and Rose, exchanged vows with Joan Bennett. Their love story began a year prior at Manhattanville College in Purchase, New York, where they shared experiences and fostered a deep connection. The ceremony was held at St. Joseph's Roman Catholic Church, and afterwards they bid farewell to their beloved family and friends, as they departed their wedding reception held in the warmth of love and comradance. On October 20th, 1968, in Scorpios, Greece, Jacqueline Kennedy, at the age of 39, the iconic former First Lady of the United States, heralded in a new chapter of her life, as she married the Greek shipping magnate Aristotle Onassis, he being 62. 5 years after the tragic loss of her first husband, President John F. Kennedy, Jackie found happiness and security in Onassis. Their union was held in an intimate and small church, a poignant contrast to the grandeur of her previous marriage. Following the ceremony, the newlyweds had a more understated reception. Instead of hosting guests at a grand venue, they opted for a low-key celebration aboard their luxurious yacht, named Christina O, where the tranquil waters of the Mediterranean provided the perfect backdrop for their joyous union.
The impending marriage of the former president's wife to the colorful Greek ship owner must have been one of the best-kept secrets in years. It certainly took most by surprise. As the newlyweds headed for their luxury yacht Christina, reports indicated that there was dismay amongst the Kennedy family. The Vatican, too, frowned on them.
On November 17, 1973, at Holy Trinity Church in Washington, D.C., Kathleen Kennedy, age 23, the eldest daughter of Robert and Ethel Kennedy, decided to marry Harvard graduate student David Townsend. Their union symbolized the continuation of the Kennedy legacy into a new generation. Senator Edward Kennedy, the youngest brother of both John F. Kennedy and Robert F. Kennedy, honored his late brother by walking Kathleen down the aisle, a touching gesture that underscored the enduring bond of family and the passing of the torch from one generation to the next. In 1979, on February 3rd, in Gladwine, Pennsylvania, Joseph P. Kennedy II, the son of the late Robert F. Kennedy, married Sheila Rauch, marking the beginning of their journey together as husband and wife. As they emerged from the church, the newlyweds, both at the age of 26, greeted the press with radiant smiles, their happiness evident to all who witnessed their union. On June 14, 1980, in Georgetown, Washington, Courtney Kennedy, at the age of 25, exchanged vows with ABC sports producer Jeffrey Robert Ruhe. Following the exchange of vows, the newlyweds emerged from the church, greeted by the sunshine and cheers of well-wishers, as they departed in an open-air carriage, a symbol of the joyous celebration that awaited them. Courtney, radiating with grace and elegance, was escorted down the aisle by her uncle, Ted Kennedy. In 1981, on March 14th, Michael Kennedy, the sixth child of Robert and Ethel Kennedy, married Victoria Denise Gifford. As they stood before their loved ones, surrounded by the vibrant energy of the city, Michael and Victoria pledged their love and devotion to one another. In 1982, on April 3rd, in Bloomington, Indiana, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., aged 28, the son of the late Robert F. Kennedy, and Emily Ruth Black, aged 27, embarked on a journey of love and partnership as they exchanged vows at the First Christian Church. They first crossed paths while attending the University of Virginia Law School. The quaint church setting provided a perfect backdrop for their heartfelt ceremony. Following their vows, the newlyweds and their loved ones gathered for a joyous celebration at their reception. A playful photo from the festivities captures the spirit of the occasion, the Kennedy family members donning costumes, adding a touch of whimsy and laughter to the event. In 1983, on September 17th, in Centerville, Massachusetts, Sidney Kennedy Lawford, 25, the daughter of Patricia Kennedy and Peter Lawford, married Peter McKelvey. Their union took place at Our Lady of Victoria Church, witnessed by their families, friends, and loved ones. Following the ceremony, the newlyweds and their guests convened at the illustrious Kennedy compound in Hyannisport, Massachusetts, where they celebrated with a joyous reception. Amidst the surroundings of the compound, Sidney and Peter were joined by Kennedy family matriarch Rose Kennedy for a memorable photo, capturing the essence of family, love, and tradition. In 1986, on April 22nd, in Hyannis, Massachusetts, Maria Shriver, age 30, the granddaughter of Joseph and Rose Kennedy, exchanged vows with weightlifter and actor Arnold Schwarzenegger, he being 38. The ceremony took place in the historic St. Francis Xavier Church, a revered landmark steeped in tradition and significance for the Kennedy family. Against the backdrop of this sacred sanctuary, Maria and Arnold pledged their love and commitment to each other, surrounded by the historic beauty of the church and the blessings of their family and friends. Following the ceremony, the newlyweds and their guests headed to the Kennedy compound, where they celebrated their union amidst the splendor of the Massachusetts coastline. On July 19, 1986, in Centerville, Massachusetts, Caroline Kennedy, at the age of 28, the daughter of Jackie and the late John F. Kennedy, married Edwin Schlossberg. The ceremony took place at Our Lady of Victoria Roman Catholic Church, surrounded by love and blessings of their family and friends. Caroline and Edwin pledged their love for each other. Caroline was escorted down the aisle by her uncle, Ted Kennedy. Following the ceremony, the newlyweds and their guests gathered at the nearby Kennedy estate in Hyannisport once again, where they celebrated their union amidst the scenic beauty of the estate. In 1990, on September 8th, in Our Lady of Victoria Church, Cara Kennedy, the beloved daughter of Senator Ted Kennedy and Joan Bennett Kennedy, exchanged vows with Michael Allen. Despite being the only daughter of the senator, Cara Kennedy's wedding was certainly not the first time her father had the honor of walking a loved one down the aisle. Cara and Michael embraced the future, filled with love, happiness, and the unwavering support of each other and their families. On June 9, 1990, Carrie Kennedy, the daughter of Ethel and Robert, was married in the Cathedral of St. Matthew, the Apostle in Washington, D.C. She exchanged vows with Andrew Cuomo. As Carrie ascended the steps of the cathedral, she was resplendent in her bridal attire, her majestic train trailing behind her. The historic cathedral provided a fitting backdrop for the union of two prominent families. In 1991, on July 13th, Matthew, or Max Kennedy, and Victoria Strauss, having met during their time at law school at the University of Virginia, the couple's bond deepened, leading to their engagement in 1990. Surrounded by the beauty of their shared journey and the cherished memories of their courtship, Max and Victoria married, culminating in a joyous celebration of commitment and love. On October 10, 1993, at St. Andrew's Roman Catholic Church in Block Island, Rhode Island, Edward Kennedy Jr., the eldest son of the esteemed Ted Kennedy, married Catherine Ann, or Kiki, Gershman. Among the 300 guests in attendance was film actress Daryl Hannah, who graced the event alongside her beau, John F. Kennedy Jr. As Edward and Catherine embarked on their journey of marriage, they were embraced by the warmth and support of their family and friends. In 1993, on October 23rd, Joseph Patrick Kennedy II, the Massachusetts congressman, married Anne Elizabeth Kelly. Their union marked a new beginning for Joseph, following a civil divorce and Catholic annulment from his first wife. Anne, a former member of Joseph's staff, brought her own warmth and devotion to their relationship, forming a strong bond with Joseph that would withstand the test of time. On September 21st, 1996, at the ages of 35 and 30, John F. Kennedy Jr., America's most eligible bachelor, tied the knot with fashion publicist Carolyn Bessette in an intimate ceremony on Cumberland Island, off the coast of Georgia.
Most of all, we want to thank Freeman Bessette for their generosity and hospitality. We want to just say that you're not only gaining John as a son-in-law, but you're gaining 75 Kennedy. And we promise that we'll only visit you 5 to 10 hot glass of the honeymoon.
Theirs was a union steeped in secrecy, as the couple opted to keep the details of their wedding closely guarded from the prying eyes of the public. Carolyn's wedding attire, carefully chosen for its elegance and simplicity, captivated the imagination of many. She opted for a sleek and sophisticated Narciso Rodriguez creation, the dress crafted from ivory silk and featuring a bias-cut silhouette, epitomized understated glamour, perfectly complementing Carolyn's beauty. With its minimalist design and clean lines, the gown symbolized Carolyn's modern sensibilities and impeccable taste.
And we find ourselves here in a celebration of love and of sanctity and of commitment. And so we begin, as always, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
I ask you to state your intention. John and Carolyn, have you come here freely and without reservation to give yourselves to each other in marriage?
We have.
I, John, take you, Carolyn, for my lawful wife.
I, John, take you, Carolyn, my lawful wife.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forward. For better, for worse.
Better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
That is God.
As the couple exchanged vows in the presence of a select few, they were enveloped in an aura of love and tranquility. Their union sealed amidst the natural splendor of Cumberland Island, away from the glare of the public eye. John and Carolyn embraced the sanctity of their union, cherishing the intimacy and privacy of their special day. With their hearts full of love and hope, they embarked on a journey of marital bliss, united in their commitment to each other and their shared vision for the future.
That the real test of a human life is how your children turn out. And what a sense of joy both of them would have for John and Carol.
On August 22, 1998, Douglas Kennedy, the youngest son of Robert F. Kennedy, married Molly Stark in a formal ceremony in Nantucket Island in Massachusetts. The island's beauty provided a breathtaking backdrop for their union. As they pledged their love and commitment to each other, they were surrounded by the serene charm of the coastal setting. On August 2, 2014, on the Kennedy compound in Hyannisport, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the nephew of JFK, embarked on his third journey down the aisle as he exchanged vows with actress Cheryl Hines. Their union, a blending of two worlds, was a celebration of love and companionship. On July 7, 2018, Robert F. Kennedy III, the grandson of RFK, and Amaryllis Fox, a former CIA operative, married. Embracing a non-traditional approach, Robert donned a printed morning coat, adding a touch of individuality to their outdoor ceremony, set against the beautiful backdrop of the Kennedy compound. The couple exchanged vows surrounded by the natural beauty of the coastline. Their wedding was a fusion of tradition and modernity, symbolizing their unique bond and shared values. On June 8, 2019, Katherine Schwarzenegger, at the age of 29, the daughter of Maria Shriver and Arnold Schwarzenegger, married movie star Chris Pratt in a private ceremony in California. Their private ceremony was a reflection of their deep connection and mutual respect, symbolizing the beginning of a lifelong journey filled with happiness, love, and shared adventures. In 2020, on October 17th, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, honoring her grandmother's namesake, married Michael Garcia. Originally planning for a large wedding, the couple's plans needed to be altered as they faced the challenges of that time. They instead opted for a more intimate ceremony in St. Patrick's Catholic Church in Miami, Florida. In a touching tribute to her grandmother, Eunice chose to wear her grandmother's Dior dress for their nuptials. Despite the scaled-back nature of the event, the love and warmth shared between Eunice and Michael, as well as their close family and friends, illuminated the church with a sense of joy and unity. In 2023, on August 19th, the Kennedy family legacy continued with the union of Sarah Kennedy, granddaughter of Robert F. Kennedy, and Jam Solhari at the Kennedy compound in Hyannisport. Sarah, at the age of 28, in an interview with Town & Country, expressed her sentiment saying, "I always dreamed of celebrating my wedding at our family home. Of course, it's an iconic piece of history to the world, but to our family, it's simply home and a place full of memories from my childhood." Their wedding at the historic Kennedy compound was not just a celebration of their love, but also a continuation of the rich tapestry of the Kennedy family story, a story that continues to inspire and captivate the world. Thank you so much for watching this video as we took a look back in time at more than a century's worth of Kennedy weddings. Let me know in the comments which wedding and union you liked the most and why. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And check out our Patreon and weekly newsletter located in the description. Now I'll see you in the next video.